Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we're going to be comparing two Arbiter figures. We have the Arbiter from the Master Chief versus Arbiter 2-pack on this side, and then on this side we have the Arbiter's Quest version of Arbiter. When the Arbiter's Quest images were first revealed, I really was having a hard time figuring out what Arbiter himself looked like. And then there were some early photos released of him, and he looked kind of janky with the way the wash was. But now that I actually have the figure, I really, really like him. And this Arbiter used to be my favorite Arbiter figure. That was the definitive Arbiter for me. But I'm kind of leaning more towards this one now. But we're going to take a closer look at both of them, starting with this guy right here. This guy basically looks like he stepped right out of the Blur cutscenes for Halo 2. This is a really, really, really nice silver. This is a molded silver too. So for most of this, it is not paint. The only paint you'll see for the silver is on the knees. This is, I think, the same kind of silver that we see on the Faithful versus Fallen Spartans. And I think it was a really, really good choice. Now, the only problem with the silver is some of the detail does get a little lost just because of how shiny it is. But at the time when this guy was released, it was way preferable than any of the other colors of Arbiter because, even the gold was a little more dull. And this just looks so cool. He's got a purple undersuit, which may or may not be accurate. And then his knee armor, or does he have two knees? I guess that'd be knee and then his ankle. I don't know. His knee armor is in purple, actually. So we got purple around the back, whereas the front is silver. So the silver print is actually really well done. It's not showing any of the purple through it. And then, of course, the rest of it is just the plastic. His head is kind of a dark tan, almost like a carroty looking tan. And then he comes armed. Right now I have him with the carbine because that's what the other Arbiter has, and I wanted to compare them as similarly as possible. But he also came with a sword, a plasma pistol, and some plasma grenades. Now, the big problem with this guy... Oh, wait. Before I go on to that, it looks like his forearms are printed as well. I forgot. So there's purple on one side and then silver on the other. So the print consistency was really, really good. The main problem that people had with this figure was the hands. You can see there's a stress mark in the hand. There's a stress mark in there, too. Some people said their figure's hands broke. I haven't had any issues with that from any of the Versus pack figures, not Craig, not Chief, not the other Chief from this set, and not Arbiter himself. But it is a little bit worrying when you see the hand getting that stressed. So this guy is really fantastic. I think Mega did such a good job on him. But he's now pretty difficult to get, unfortunately. The Versus pack was around for a while, and then it just vanished. And now this guy is kind of rare for no reason. Oh yeah, his carbine is really, really well done. This is Halo Heroes level right here. All of his weapons from that set were absolutely fantastic. Our new Arbiter is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum from the other Arbiter, but he's still the same armor. He's got the silver color scheme still, but Mega decided to go with a less shiny base color. It's just a normal matte silver. And then they went with a really heavy wash over the whole figure. And this is kind of a mix of brown and black wash, and it makes all of the details pop. It's so cool. It's even cooler in person. The only problem with the wash is that it will be different for each figure. So mine got the entire middle section of the armor filled in black, which looks kind of cool, but it's not really accurate. And you might have some lines that don't get filled as many as others. But the wash looks really, really excellent. It just makes all of this intricate molding over the entire figure look so much better. Underneath, he's got a lighter tan for his head. Don't entirely know which color is more accurate, but, it is what it is. It's just the head color. And then he's got less print here. So there's no, print to show his armor being just on the outside of his arm here, which is a little disappointing. And then there's no print to make the armor separate well here. But the wash is so good that I don't necessarily know that the extra print was needed. so I can excuse that. And it is a figure in a set, so that also makes sense. His weapon is also a carbine, but it's in this kind of, I don't want to say ugly, because it's not necessarily an ugly purple. It's just, for this weapon, it's ugly. I don't think that was a good choice. And then he's got the new hands. Or, they're not really new. They were the hands from the Fallen, from the Destiny line. But they work so well for the elites and adds a ton to the figure. So there you have it. That is the two figures separate. And now, next to each other, it's, I don't know, it's so hard. Because this guy looks so cool with his wash, but the shininess of this guy is really cool as well. And there's really no way for you to have both on one figure. So if Mega had just taken this color and put the wash over it, then the shininess would have gone away, and it would have been kind of very similar to what we have now. In terms of like realism, I would say that the new Arbiter's Quest version of Arby is the better figure. Just overall, he's got the new hands, he's got the wash, he just looks really, really sharp. But in terms of like print and stuff, this guy's definitely better. He's got a better weapon, he's got better print on his forearms and his knees, and the shiny silver is just, it's just so good. But I think in the end, the best Arbiter figure goes to this guy. And I would say that, honestly, this dude is the best out of all of them, including, like, the Series 5 Arbiter and whatnot. Like, yes, it was Series 5 Arbiter, but, like, this dude is on another level. And I think that he would deserve the top spot. The top Arbiter slot in any Halo Collectors lineup. Like, that's just, he just looks too good. Now, wait, you know what would make him even better? We're going to steal his weapon like that. And then we're going to give him this one, because that looks epic. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time.